Hello, fellow comic book lovers, collectors, and aficionados. Vin Crew here with, it's a different kind of video. Been wanting to do this for a little bit now, and I just was always hesitant doing this simply because I didn't know exactly how to do it. I still don't know exactly how I'm going to do this. I'm kind of winging it, so if this doesn't come off real well, I apologize up front. But I've had several people ask me, how do I manage my collection? And I've always thought that was interesting to see how other people manage their collections and whatnot. So this is my video at showing how I manage my collection. Not only that, but I'm going to do an update on my man cave here. I'll do a second video on the wall books here. I haven't done a wall book tour in about a year, so I'll do an upgrade on that. But just to kind of rehash how this came to fruition, my man cave. We moved into this house about a year and a half ago, and this room did not exist. We had to create this room, and we had some restrictions. We are obviously not rich by any stretch of the imagination. Not only that, but we had to put quite a bit of funds into the old house at the same time to get that ready for market at the same time. But my wife was very understanding and very giving as much as she could. I love her very much, and even though she hates this hobby of mine. And so this is what we created, and I'm so very happy. I mean, it's not the world's greatest man cave, but I wouldn't trade this for just about anything. And it suits my purpose, and I definitely enjoy spending time down here. The newest things to the man cave is that I hung the TV straight over there, and maybe if you see your video up there, that's great. And then I finally got carpet laid down here. We finished our basement down here. The entire basement is now finished, and we have wall-to-wall carpeting, so we got the carpet put into the man cave here. There's a couple spaces that don't have carpeting, but for the most part, everything does down here. So yeah, so now I'm going to put you on pause here for just a second. All right, so here's my workspace right here, my little workspace. I just took an old desk, and I've got supplies down there, some mylights polys and backs and whatnot, and then some scissors and tape, and I've got painter's tape down there too. I do use that for my lights, but here's my want list right here. People have asked me about my want list a few times, and what I've done with my want list, and everybody does things differently. This is my system. It's worked well for me for the last 6 years. I really have no desire to change it, and I know there's apps out there and everything else, but this is the way I do things. And like I said, I mean, everybody does things their own way, and I would love to hear some other people's ideas. But this is my want list. Now, as much as I am a key collector, I'm also a run collector. So this is my want list. It's about, I don't know, 10 pages long, and it's created on Excel work spreadsheet here. And for example, what I'll do is I list the title, and I break it up by Marvel, DC, and then independent stuff, and DC Universe on the end there, and that sort of a thing. But you can see, and these are the issues I need to complete the series. So you can see with the Amazing Spider-Man there and whatnot. And then as I get these, once I get them, I will put a little check right there so I know that I now own that copy. All right, and then it's always a great time when I can check out both the last issue one and a header at the same time. It's kind of a Christmas bonus there, I guess, a little bit. So, and this is, each page holds, it's 7 columns wide by 50 down. And what's nice about this is that I can just fold this up like so, put it in my back pocket, take it with me to shops, cons, whatever the case is. And this is so much easier for me than typing in on my phone each title and whatnot and seeing what I'm missing on that. I can just look at paper, flip through it real quick here, and if I want to mark it right there on the spot, I can, that sort of a thing. So it's very, very handy for me. And then once I get the books, what will happen here, and I will swing over to here, and I apologize for the whiplash, but they kind of go into, this is my next filing kind of system here. This is books that I've purchased but will never go onto a video and can now be inventoried. I hope that makes sense. So these, like I said, these will never see any type of a video, but it's just stuff that I pick up here. And like I said, I'm a run collector as much as I am a key collector too. So that's just kind of the stuff that I pick up. All right. And then, so then this box here is stuff that hasn't been inventoried, but will go on an upcoming video, haul video here. So you probably can't see, but I always try to wait for my haul videos. I try to wait to get, I like to do a haul video with between, I don't know, 50 to 75 books, somewhere around there. So that's basically, I try to hold off until then, or it just ends up that I have no time to do it, so I end up with that many books. But this will come close to a couple of hauls here, I think. But like I said, these will all be books coming up in an upcoming haul. There's some magazines in the back here. Yeah. And then these are books that have been inventoried and are ready to be filed into the long boxes over here. So some of these have been shown in videos, but some of them, like I said, they don't ever see the light of day because of the fact that I'm working on the run of them. So, all right. Okay, and so what do I mean by inventory them? I'm going to swing by again here. I have to come back to the desk. What I use to inventory, and everybody has their own personal program. Some don't even use computer programs, but I use comicpriceguide.com right here. This was when I started collecting again back in 2012. I researched different comic apps that could be used for, boy, I don't know what the heck happened here. Oh, the iPad shut up. That's what it was. Apologize for that. All right. I did some research here on different apps and whatnot. And back in 2012, maybe it was 2011. No, 2012. Basically, the two big apps were this one and Comic Realm. And I wasn't real happy with Comic Realm. I just thought this one worked a little easier for me. It's, again, personal preference. You can do with that what you want. I know there's some other great apps out there, CLZ, and ones that you can just scan barcodes and whatnot. And I know, I think CBSI just launched a new one or partnered with one or whatever the case is. With me, my collection is now over 45,000 books, so I need to be very careful on what I do with programs. I've invested my time. I'm very used to this program, and I'm not going to transfer 45,000 books to some other system just on a whim. That would take a long time to do that. So this is like I said, this is the program that I am very used to. I enjoy it. Is it perfect? Heck no. But it tells me what I own, and that's the important thing for me. Okay. And to see if it's a quick way for me to know if I have the book, especially if I'm not at my collection, and then I can come down here and pull the book later for whatever reason, or if I'm out looking and I may not have it on the list here, that's a good way for me to know too. So, all right, okay, so then once I got with my checklist, I can update this whenever I want and print it up and that sort of a thing. This works real well for me, and it was just, like I said, just a very simple Excel program spreadsheet. And so I know some people use notebooks and whatnot and that sort of a thing, and that's all great. My handwriting is so piss poor that I could never use a handwritten kind of a thing there. So, all right. So then here's what I do with my books once they've been purchased. They've been either shown in a video and then inventoried, and then they'll go into these boxes here. This is my DC half here. These are all DC on the upper shelf here. And this goes 23 long boxes by 2, and then approximately, I think it's that long box right there ends. with the DCs. They go that way. And then these are magazines and various independents. And that one is my current doubles box that I'm working on. And that's just an empty magazine box, I guess, down there. So, and then just to not give you some whiplash, here's my kind of reference section right here. These are all reference books down here. Oops, my finger is causing that to not focus, but different reference books. And then those right there, those are all my non-sports cards. I hope that makes sense. Like every Marvel and DC, Flair and Fleer and Milestone and whatever the case is. And there's Star Trek and there's some RPG cards. I don't do any of the RPG games at all, Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh or whatever the heck that's called, or Pokemon or whatever. But I do have some very old first year Magic cards. I think they came out in 92 started. So I got back or very first or second year kind of Magic cards in there. And then some figures up there, that sort of a thing. So, all right. And this is my Marvel section here. I do have more Marvel than I do DC, and then I have more DC than I do Independence. That's, I would suspect, for the majority of people. But this is 24 long boxes by 2, and then it goes all the way to goes to there, I believe, is where my some more of my independents start and go through there. So, and as I keep stating, as much as I am a key collector, I'm also a run collector too. So I do like to complete runs and series and that sort of a thing. Here's a whole long box and nothing but Deadpool. And what's nice about here's what I do. I know some people like the file long boxes. I'm not a fan of those. I don't like the fact that I have to pull the whole darn thing out to get to the back books. I'm much happier with just lifting a box top. And not only that, but they're shorter. They don't hold as many books as these do. So this is the way I become accustomed to it. And I know they're a ball breaker, but it's my exercise. And so we'll just kind of give an example here. Here's if you see these tabs on here, I think it was Brian Wolriven or something like that. Wolverine. He doesn't make videos anymore, but if you Google him, can't even remember how you pronounce his. I think it was Wulvren. He had an incredible collection for his short amount of time on YouTube here. But he showed me this little trick here. These are tabs for my variants. Anything that's has tabs on them, these little tabs here, are all variants or second prints, that sort of a thing. The only time I won't do a tab on them is if they're newsstand and direct. I won't put a tab on those two to differentiate, but I do collect news stands and direct. I don't inventory the book twice. I'll just keep it once in my inventory. So, all right. And so that's Deadpool. Let's see if we can find something that's got a mixture. Here we go. Marvel. Here we go. Here's Avengers 3 and 4, Secret Avengers, Miscellaneous Avengers, Young Avengers, and Marvel B. So if I have more than one title in here, I have these plastic separators. I bought... there was a thrift store that I can go into the story later, but they had hundreds of books I bought from them, and they were all separated by these, and he must have had 500 of these, and I bought them all, so I have a lot of these. I know they get old, they break, they snap off, that sort of a thing. So when that happens, I try to replace them. There's some that I haven't, but and then here's Young Avengers, and there's Avengers 3 and 4, volumes 3 and 4. So, yeah, what is that? Is that the Philly? Is that the draw? No, that's the Philly one of Young Avengers 1. But, wow, there's not a tab on that one. I pull one up and it doesn't. Oh, there it is. There's the tab. I just had it folded over. But yeah, I do have the whole Young Avengers set, that sort of a thing. So, all right. And here's Avengers 1 through 300 of Volume 1. And then I think that, yeah, it goes into this box here, 301 to current, and then second series. Something big like Spider-Man. I have Amazing Spider-Man. I have in 3 boxes. There's Amazing Spider-Man 1 through 259 and 260 through, I don't recall what that goes through 530. There's 530 to current, and then 600 to present. So there's 4 long boxes, three and some long boxes of nothing but Amazing Spider-Mans. And there's no doubles in these, like I said, except for maybe if there's a newsstand in a direct edition. All my doubles get separated out, so these are all singles in here that will hopefully not leave my collection. I just regret getting rid of any book that's I don't have a double of right away. Another big collection I have is Batman. Here's Batman 1 through 375. Obviously, I don't have all of 1 through 375, and same with Spider-Man. I'm close on Spider-Man. I think I need 16 to finish that. For Batman, I probably need about 130 to complete all of Volume 1. But there's 1 through 375, and then 390 through 600, 601 to current. All right, then there's Batman and Robin, Gotham Knight, Shadow of the Bat. Miscellaneous Batman, Batman Confidential, Legend of the Dark Knight, Legend of the Bat, Batman Adventures, and Miscellaneous Batman, more Miscellaneous Batman. Here's DC B and C. And you can see, what is this one? This one is Brightest Day. Why I write Brightest Night on that, but I know what it is. And Boys. I know the Boys is also part Dynamite, but they started on DC, so I keep them in DC. Captain Atom, that sort of thing. Challengers of the Unknown. So as I get them, then I'll just put them in here. They all, for the most part, are numerical and alphabetical. Alphabetical depending on how well they fit into a box, that sort of a thing. And what I'll do is as I fill these boxes, I just have to keep shifting the collection down. I know it sounds like a pain in the butt, but it really isn't that bad. And then what happens then too is that like this box here on the I write DC, C, and D. And as this gets too messy, even for me, and once again, this is my system, nobody comes down here really. I'll put tape on it and then put on here like this book's would probably need another piece of tape pretty quick here, but this is Detective 1 through 650, and then I'll just keep adding tape as I need to, or I'll just replace the top as I need to too. I'm not sure how the rest of you are, but I just hate buying supplies. I'd much rather put the money into books themselves, that sort of thing. But I do try to buy long boxes, 5 or 6 at a time, that sort of a thing. So over here is videos. These are all videos. Most of them are all superhero videos, but there's some other ones in there. We have probably another 1,000 videos upstairs. Now I don't even buy videos. Do people buy videos anymore? I know you just buy I buy them right on my cable, that sort of thing. There's my treasuries and magazines, that sort of a thing. Speaking of treasuries and whatnot, I'm sorry. And I'll show these again when I do my wall thing. But these are my digest books here, or pocket books. Maybe you have 75 of them, I guess. Maybe more, I'm not sure. Then down there are my treasuries. I have about 100 of those. Over 100 treasuries now. So, all right. And then I'm going to put you on pause here again. Now then, this is my other part of my man cave that I built. I didn't finish it like I did the other room. Maybe eventually I will, but this is more storage. These are empty long and short boxes. All these tubs are full of sports cards and non-sports cards. There's a whole bunch here, and then there's a whole bunch underneath that workbench there. My tools are all in here, but this is my doubles right here. There's about 30 long boxes of doubles here, so when I say that I have tons of books for trade and or sale, if 30 long boxes is a lot or a ton, then that's basically what I got. So yeah, this is hold on. So that's basically the first part of this. So this is how I manage my collection. As I stated, I have about, I know it's over 45,000 books. I don't know exactly how many books, and that includes my doubles, okay? I'm not saying there's 45,000 in my collection here. That includes the doubles. But yeah, and if anybody else that has large collections, I know Silver Age Dave has a big collection. Don the Comic Book Junkie, Comic Quarter 410, Fool Killer 5150. I know I'm leaving out quite a few. After Comics, all have massive collections. I'd be curious to see how you guys manage your collection and that sort of a thing. And another thing with my collection, if they're just books that will not see the wall, I don't mylite those. I'm sorry. I poly those and put them in the box here. And but if they do see the wall or potentially could see the wall or close to seeing the wall, then they get my lights. Okay. Just trying to think if there's anything else that I missed. Here's some more stuff down here, more supplies, magazines, bags and boards. There's Treasury bags and boards down there, and they do make Treasury bags and boards. BCW does. Yeah, there's BCW Treasuries. They make bags and boards, and some more. These are those protective things there. There's tabs and whatnot, all the supplies a person would need for comic collecting, that sort of thing goes in those. Another thing I have down here is a dehumidifier. We live in Minnesota. We get our share of humidity. It's not real bad down here, but I don't take a chance. So this is a dehumidifier that we bought down here. And I love this X-Men sign. I still got to get it fixed. I just got to redo the cord on it. But yeah, and then there's a card I got for Father's Day from my boys. So yeah, this has been Crew signing off. And if anybody else would like to do this, I would sure be curious to see how you guys do it. Signing off. Thank you.